Okay, gonna wrap up this review. Let's just, we got into this. My part 1 was an unboxing, and this part 2, like I said, we were going to get into it, and we got into it. This gearbox, the gearbox is reinforced. You got laser cut steel gears, polycarbonate piston, full row of metal teeth, silent piston head and cylinder head. The piston head has dual O-rings. The nozzle does not have an O-ring, though the piston itself, the piston head, makes a really good air seal in the cylinder. Mosfet, built-in Mosfet, tracer hop-up. So this is listed on EVIC's website, or you can purchase them wherever. This is the CYMA Standard M4 with the built-in Mosfet and trigger, or built-in Mosfet tracer hop-up unit. This is the 8.5-inch model. There are different models. There's an 8.5, there's a 10, a 13, and 14.5. Now the pricing will vary depending on which model you get, which length. This one was the least expensive. Right now, at the time of this video, they're selling on evic.com for $290. If you catch them in the Epic Deal drop-down tab, on the Epic Deal it was $255. So $255 for what you get in this is actually a really good deal. This is all metal upper and lower receiver, metal M-lock handguard. You have the foldable front and rear sights, adjustable. You have QD spots for, sling mounts, adjustable rear stock. We saw in the gearbox low resistance wiring, wired to Deans, and this is actually neat here because this stays with the stock. It doesn't fall off. You don't have to worry about losing that. And you can see it's wired to Deans. Plenty of room down here for a LiPo stick type, well, not a full-size stick, but a LiPo battery. On the site, it recommends running a 7.4. Looking at the interior or the internals on this gearbox, I would have no problems running an 11.1. The chrono video, the chrono portion of this, I was running the 11.1. This thing is for the price point and what it is, it's actually really nice. It's it's comfortable. You got, like I said, plenty of railing here to put whatever kind of optics you want. It's got a really nice little extended mag release. Really easy to release the mag. It is also ambidextrous. You can left hand release the mag. It does not have the ambi fire select, but I'm okay with that. So a couple things I mentioned in the other, my part 1 and this, QBS. Originally it was advertised as QBS. They're no longer shipping them, advertising them as QBS. EVIC changed their listing. It's listed the same, it just does not mention the QBS. But this receiver is a QBS receiver. So you twist this here, you loosen this twists and comes off. So there, boom, there's your buffer tube, rear stock. Now this piece here, that's your spring guide. Undo that, you can change your spring. So I went ahead and switched this back to that. It does have a quick change spring setup, but you have to take the gearbox out of the receiver to do that. If you want to switch it back, this has the threaded QBS receiver. You just buy the CYMA QBS spring guide, threads right in. Now it's quick change without disassembling the whole rifle. So let's see if I can get this back in here without dropping anything. Let's see if it's back on here. Oop, gonna give me trouble. There we go. about a quarter turn and the thing comes off, and then you can just tighten this. Now on this collar right here, if you have an AR-15 wrench, which I do, but unfortunately on mine it does not have that piece to loosen this, you can use that, or pliers, or hand tighten, whatever. Again, everything here is metal. So for what this is, and out of the box, it's really nice. Vented motor cap, little ergonomic grip. Like I said, adjustable stock. It's comfortable. Got some decent range. You saw the FPS and rate of fire. So this is pretty decent. Like I said, it's all metal. It does have a functioning bolt catch, and this opens you up here to get your rotary hop up, and the switch for the tracer hop up unit. You can turn that off, and as you saw, it does work. It does light up the BBs. This will work with the red tracer BBs or the green. I only have the green. I wanted the reds, but the red ones are way more money. Not sure why, but they are, so I ended up getting the green ones. So one other thing I'll just touch on. This is the magazine that came with it. It comes with a high capacity 300 rounder. I don't even know who makes it. There's no company name or anything stamped on the bottom. But this is the one it came with. This one feeds decent, feeds good, and doesn't have any feeding issues. The plastic U mags, those fit and feed, and they fit pretty tight. They don't wobble around. And I also have these old, really old Airsoft Elite metal magazines. Now, it's a little loose, but it does feed, and it does fit in there. So just depending on your preference, if you have older M4 mags, they will work. They do seem to feed. Standard mags, or non-winding mags, they also will fit in this, and they will feed. So I'm sold. If I had to recommend somebody who's getting into airsoft for like the first time, I probably mentioned this before in portions of the video, but back when I started, there were not a lot of choices in AEGs, brands, options. It was basic stuff. I still have my very first AEG. I think you can probably see it here, but this thing has been apart several times. Tokyo Marui, this thing was plastic body. That was the first thing that broke. The little tabs on the upper receiver where the pin goes through, those sheared right off. And then the first time we put a 9.6 volt battery on it, we spun all the teeth off of the spur gear. So, and $400. That's how much those cost at the time. This is over 20 years ago. A lot of options nowadays. A lot of, for less than what I paid for that, you can get this all metal, internals all done up, shooting over 350 out of the box. So times, things have changed over the years, and things are getting a lot better. There's a lot more choices. There's a lot more manufacturers. There's a lot more aftermarket parts. So if you want to upgrade some stuff, parts are readily available for most AEGs nowadays, version 2 and version 3 gearboxes. As far as the gearbox, the only thing I would say is the nozzle could use an O-ring. If you could change the nozzle out for one with an O-ring, I think that would be really good. The air seal between the piston head and the cylinder, perfect. No leaks at all. You put the nozzle on, slow leak. Obviously it'll function. You can just run this right out of the box and play the way it is. If you're looking for a little more precision, worried about losing that little bit of air seal, I would recommend changing out the nozzle for one with an O-ring. I've changed some of my AEGs to nozzles with O-rings. Seem to make a difference. Seem to make a little bit of difference. A little more stability, consistent. Is a little more consistent on where they go. Because any kind of air leak is going to change your accuracy and consistency But the amount of air leak you lose in this on the nozzle out of the box, I'm not even that worried about it. It's this thing would be good for indoor, outdoor. Even though it's the 8.5 inch model and only a 200 millimeter inner barrel, it's kind of short. This thing has range. It really does. It doesn't look like it would, but it does. And you know, being a shorter barrel, stock completely collapsed. I mean, if you're doing the indoor stuff, you can keep it in. You can keep this in really nice and close. So, I mean, depending on the kind of eye pro that you're wearing. Me, I tend to wear the full seal, full face, my old school paintball mask. So for me to come in real tight like this, I can't because it hits the mask. But depending on your setup, you can get in really tight with this. But I would definitely recommend it. The other thing I didn't mention also has the loops, the little attachments here for a sling. So you have QD mounts for slings, and you have one on the back of the receiver for a sling. So I'm impressed. I'm not mad at this at all. Right out of the box. I mean, you're paying a little bit more. I mean, there are other airsoft guns out there for less money, but for the price point, even not catching it on Epic Deal, it's under 300 for all that you get here. Decent rate of fire. You can run lipos right out of the box. All the internals are all done up. Multiple mags this thing will feed. Tracer hop up. If you're playing in those dimly lit indoor ranges, that's actually really cool. That's really cool. You don't have to have any kind of separate unit here to light up the BBs. So I would definitely recommend this. I will put a link for this on EVIC's website. I am not sponsored by them. I am not paid by them. I'm just mentioning them because that's where I got it. There are other airsoft retailers that do carry the CYMA Standard and the CYMA Platinums. As far as the internals on the Standard, this is basically like the CYMA Platinum. So for a little bit less, you can get the Standard with the Platinum stuff on the internals. So very happy with it, and I think this would make someone a good first airsoft gun, or even a seasoned player that wants to add this to, you know, what they already have. As you can see, this wall here is all, you know, M4 related, and that's kind of my go-to. Although I have other stuff, AK, UMP, or I'm sorry, UMG, because it's the G&G UMG. G3, two different variants of the G3, an SG1 and an SAS, but these are usually my go-to. And the CYMA Standard, look them up. I will definitely put a link for this particular model. When you click the link and go to it, it'll show you all the different options for the 8.5, 10 inch, 13, and 14.5. So depending on which one you're looking to get. So I'll put the links. And we got some other stuff. We got some other reviews coming up here. I have a couple different ones. This is number one. This is a it's disassembled to fit in this box, but this is the FN licensed M249, the featherweight. So we're going to go over this one. That's one. Along with that, we'll be going over, because there's a lot of different options for box mags on these, but this is the FN licensed sound activated electric winding box mag. I've got some BBs in there because I was making sure that it actually, it actually wound up with the sound. Some of them don't, even though they say they're supposed to be sound activated. So we got that, and something else that was a happy birthday to me. We're going to be going over this guy. G&G, still putting out some decent products. The FAR 556. We're going to touch on this as well. So keep keep your eyes peeled. I'll have other stuff coming up. These are going to be unboxing and function review. I may not get completely into the gearboxes. I really wanted to get into the gearbox on the CYMA just to see what's in there, because I heard a lot of good things about the platinums and the standards. I was just more curious about what type of Mosfet was it, and did it have a micro switch, which you can see in the video it does. So stay tuned. We got more stuff coming. I know it's been a while since, you know, there's a lot of time in between videos that I post, but life sometimes makes things take a little bit longer, but we will get the stuff out. And if you have any questions on the CYMA Standard, if it's something I didn't cover in the video, or you have any other specific questions about it, or something maybe I can, you know, you didn't see or you want me to look into and get you some more info, leave a comment, let me know, and obviously I see the comments and I can look into it and get back to you. So for now, that's it. So we got some other stuff coming, and stay tuned. You can like, you can subscribe, it's up to you. I'm just putting this stuff up there because I do enjoy the airsoft, I do enjoy this stuff, and I'm just putting the information out for everybody else, so that when people are doing their research and looking at these airsoft guns and they want to see what people think of them, I'm going to tell you what I think of them. I've been playing airsoft for over 20 years. I've done a lot of airsoft teching. I've built a lot of guns, a lot of airsoft guns. So I just want to put the information out for you guys, so you're not going into it blind. So stay tuned. We'll get you some more content. We'll get you some more reviews, and we'll keep it going. Take care.